Hello everyone, today we are going to review the 5 Tylosaurus figures currently available on the market. We will be discussing some of the key features of every model. We will point out any exceptionally good or bad characteristics, and we will tell you which figure we like best and also which figure represents the best value for your money so that you can decide which Tylosaurus figure is the right one for you. All of the information in this video can be found in our Tylosaurus Buyers Guide on our website. I'll put a link to that guide in the show notes below. So no need to take any notes, just sit back, relax, and let's review some prehistoric figures. Let's get started. First up, we have this figure from CollectA, which is a fine figure in and of itself. It's not our favorite model overall. The face looks a little bit like a basic whale to us, as opposed to a ferocious Tylosaurus figure. But even still, it is an overall nice figure. If you look at the top, nice curve on it. Our biggest complaint with this figure is twofold. One is that the manufacturer picture that they provide shows us as a very silvery, glittery figure, when in fact it is more of just a basic gray figure with a nice reddish brown underside, but that does not actually affect the figure itself. Our biggest complaint with this figure is the way it bounces. While it could be said that this figure is swimming and actually turning as it is swimming, and that's why it is off balance, it does not sit flat on its own, and thus we're not exactly sure what pose this is supposed to be in. Next up, we have the Tylosaurus from Safari Ltd, and clearly the most distinctive feature on this model is that paint scheme. It makes it look very tiger-like, and especially look at the eye on this figure. That dark paint around the eye makes it look kind of goth-looking to us, and while we do not know what the actual colors on a Tylosaurus would have been, it just looks a little bit different, and clearly the tiger stripe paint stands out. This figure has a nice wide open mouth. Inside looks very nice. In fact, is one of the better mouths on the Tylosaurus figures that are currently available. And overall, just a very nice model. Nice little curve on the tail. The paint is really what sets this figure apart from the others. And this figure does sit very squarely on its base of 5 fins. And its actually lower jaw is resting on the ground also. So very stable figure, not going to move anywhere. Next up, we have the Tylosaurus figure from Mojo. And this we actually have selected as our best value Tylosaurus due to its low cost and the features that are available. To start, we really like this paint job. The kind of bluish gray base with the tannish highlights are very nice. We feel that the head is very well shaped, has a nice sharp snout on it, fairly decent set of teeth in there, nice tongue, and just generally overall, just a very good form on this Tylosaurus. Nice big curved tail. Nice curve to it. That makes it measure a little bit shorter than some of the other figures, but it actually is a good size figure on the lower cost side. Next up, we have this entry from Papo, and this one kind of puzzles us a little bit. It's not on the lower cost side of the models, so it's a heavier model than some of the other ones. It has a thicker body to it, which does contribute to the heft on it. Nice texture on it, a fairly standard curve to the tail, not a lot of curve in this figure as compared to the Mojo figure. The thing that really throws us off on this figure is that raised head. Theoretically, it could be able to lift its neck like that, but as a prehistoric creature that swam through the ocean, we're wondering where it got the leverage to lift its head like that and what purpose that would be. So maybe nitpicking a little bit. This does have a nice sharp face to it, nice individually defined teeth, very nice bottom texture on it. So overall, a good model from Papo. We're just not sure it's worth the price premium that Papo charges for this figure. And lastly, we have our entry from PNSO, which we have awarded as the best Tylosaurus of 2022. Of course, with PNSO, that often comes with a higher price, which this model does, but the features on this make it stand out, and we feel it is worth the extra premium that they are charging for this figure. First of all, it's just so much longer than the other figures. If we put the Papo figure next to it, you can see that it is quite a bit longer than that figure. The mouth on this thing is simply amazing. Look how wide open that is, and if you look inside, you'll see that it has that extra set of teeth in the upper jaw, which only one other model actually features that. That was the Safari Limited model, which we forgot to mention. So the texture on this model is fairly smooth, but it has nice blending. Look at the way that it goes from the dark gray to the lighter gray of the belly. Just very well blended. Even has a little pinkish hue on the underside of the fins. Very nice little detail. Nice swooping tail. Look at how huge that tail is on the back. Nice curve to it. Just a very nice sheen on this entire figure. And then when you get back to that head, it's just amazing, this overall look that this figure has. Of course, that comes with a higher price, but if price is no object, this is probably the figure that you're going to be happiest with. The one drawback on this figure is that noticeable seam between the head and the body, but overall not a huge detractor from the figure, and just overall this figure is simply amazing. So in conclusion, any of the figures that we reviewed today are acceptable and would be a good addition to your collection, but the PNSO is the clear winner in our mind, and the Mojo figure is the best value for your money. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and check out our buyer's guide in the link below if you ever need to have a written reference as to which figure would be the best one to add to your collection. Thanks for watching.